Good evening, everyone. It's about 9 o'clock on Thursday, July 9th. Long day, a little late getting my update out to you, so you may not receive it till Friday morning. But it's been a very good week for us at one level here in the parish. We've had quite successful services this past weekend with 75 people at the 5 o'clock and the 10 o'clock Mass. So didn't get a full sign up for Saturday, but we had 80 people here on Sunday. So we are going up to 100 people for the Mass sign-ups for Saturday at 5 and Sunday at 10 a.m. Confessions will begin at 4 o'clock on Saturday, back to our normal time. They will be taking place in the reconciliation, the confessional room, and the door will remain open for air circulation, and you'll obviously have the opportunity for behind the screen or face-to-face confessions, at least with physical distancing between you and the priest. Will be Father Scott this weekend, we'll be doing the safety and health procedures to make sure everyone stays safe. The volunteers have responded well. We're still obviously looking for more volunteers so we can do more. We are going to have Mass on Monday and Wednesday during the week at 8:30 as normal. And again, if we have more volunteers and enough people to sign up for that to attend, we'll go back to more regular Masses. Unfortunately, as we've seen with the uptick in the increase in the coronavirus cases here in Illinois just recently, we've been on a good downturn based on the protections, the measures that most of us were taking. We've seen a little bit of an uptick here, and so that may keep some people away, and hopefully it will not, create such a heavy burden on the culture where the hospitals will be flooded again and where there'll be a lot more clamped down on the society. So we want to keep all that in prayer and continue to stay safe and healthy. The safest thing we can do is wear a mask. It will protect others from the transmission, which is mostly airborne through droplets. So we want to continue to do that, but we also want to continue to try to continue our outreach. Now, one of the problems our society, certainly the Midwest, is going to be having in the next several weeks, it is going to be unduly hot. It will be in the 90s, and the heat and humidity index will be very high. They're saying for most of the month of July. So again, stay indoors, stay hydrated, check on your neighbors. We certainly don't want any of our elderly to fall victim to a heat stroke because they can't afford air conditioning or no one's been checking up on them. Deacon Bill continues to have the shopping angels, so if anybody does need groceries or has a neighbor who needs some help, please do call, and we'll try to get that squared away. But also do your own outreach to the people in your own block, in your own neighborhood. So that's going well. We also did get a communication today. I haven't had a chance to read it, but it's the reopening plan for the schools and how to. The principals will be having a series of meetings, I believe, starting on Monday, how they're going to process the learning, whether it continues e-learning and in person, or how they're going to do that, what we have to do. My big concern, of course, is how are we going to make sure that we keep the children safe, and how are we going to keep everybody else safe. And as we open the school, we open up the RE classes, the faith formation classes in the fall, sometime after Labor Day we normally start, and how can we, add back our social functions or our parish life functions as well. Right now, we're not scheduling any events in the hall simply because we don't have the go-ahead to do that. We haven't seen how that process will work, and we haven't also got the volunteers yet. But hopefully that will take place in the fall as well. So the reopening is going very well. Obviously, with the uptick in the COVID cases, many of the seniors, who are the ones that are most immune compromised, are still afraid, and rightly so, from coming out, and so it'll be a while before they safely can come to Mass or feel safe coming to Mass. But everybody's certainly welcome to sign up, and so you should have received in the mail this week the information packet that I said would be mailed out. I got mine yesterday or the day before, so they are here and they are out, and so if you have any questions, please call the rectory or go online to check that out. So that piece is going well. We are moving forward also, and I'll be doing a lot more communication about this, weekly in the future. We are going forth with Renew My Church. So I've got our parish group committee together, and we'll be having the first group meeting with the other parishes in our grouping, which are St. Constance, Our Lady of Victory, and St. Pascal's. will actually be on August 4th for the teams from each parish to meet and discuss, get to know each other a little bit before we discuss what the future might look like in the parish within my church. But it is moving forward, and the current timeline is that the Cardinal will take the recommendations and the recommendations of the Renew My Church Committee and vet it with the parish council, the Presbyteral Council, and make a decision sometime around Thanksgiving about what this future will look like for our 4 parishes, and make that public announcement at the end of November to be implemented July 1st. But in the meantime, we're still St. Robert's and hope to be in the future. No guarantees, of course. And so for this fiscal year, this current year that just started, we look to move forward. I've been very pleased that in spite of the fact that we've had very limited masses and can't have much limited attendance, people are still connected, they're still calling, they're still emailing. Our collections are still down, but they're not as down as far as many other parishes, which is a great gift to all of us, the sense of ownership that you all have of this parish, even when you're not being served directly in many ways. So I'm very grateful for all of that, and certainly the school enrollment does not look as bad as it looked a few months ago, so we're looking forward to that. And hopefully come August, when they come back to school, we'll still have them. So we're moving forward on all those fronts. We're trying our best to keep everything going as best we can. With the shutdown, and of course I don't leave home very much, but it's harder to get out and be engaged in the community, particularly with all the social media, which is pretty nasty, I understand. But we do want to continue to pay attention to what's going on in the public sector. We have a very, very important presidential election coming up in November, and there's certainly, even in our community, Chicago, Cook County, Illinois, there is a lot to work on. There's a lot that we need to be doing. Certainly, one of the things that concerns me a lot is in the midst of all the need, and there is great need for social justice, for equity in some of these communities that are underserved medically and educationally and so forth, that with all the violence that's taking the lives of these children, that we do something to help alleviate that. And part of it, I think, in the short term, is to support our police so they can do their jobs. I think there's a large demoralization in the police departments across the country. They feel put upon and really basically being blamed for the actions of a few. And there are things that certainly need to be reformed, as I said last week, but our men and women need to be encouraged and certainly supported so that they can feel that they are making a difference and they can get back into those communities that they serve and be effective in helping to curb the violence and keep the people safe. And then, of course, coming home, most importantly, coming home safely to their own families. So let's keep our police in prayer, and certainly all of our frontline workers, our hospital workers, and see how we can support them as well, in our own relationships with them. Today, by the way, is the anniversary of the death of Father Augustus Tolton. He's the first African-American priest in the country who served here in the Archdiocese, was born into slavery shortly before the Civil War ended, managed to overcome a lot of obstacles to become a priest to serve the African-American community here in Chicago. His cause is up for canonization, and certainly he's a great witness to persevering in the faith in spite of the troubles. So we want to remember Father Augustus Tolton and the Blessed Tolton, and hope that he can intercede for us and help us find a way to bridge the gaps as he did so well to bring communities together here in our church and in our city. So please keep all of these things in your prayers and consideration, and certainly I'm looking forward to seeing you on Sunday or Saturday night, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, try to stay cool, and stay out of the heat as much as you can, and certainly continue to pray for each other and check in on each other, and have a wonderful week. God bless you all.